If you have turned on the television or scrolled through a news site lately, you have probably noticed a highly coordinated media campaign. Dietitians are popping up on the news, and the Heart Foundation is issuing urgent press releases. They are all reading from the exact same defensive script, desperately telling you that seed oils are safe and that you should not fear canola. But this is not a sudden wave of concern for your health. The multi-billion-dollar national dietary guidelines are undergoing a major review. What you are witnessing is a terrified establishment fighting a turf war for its survival. For 50 years, the absolute cornerstone of nutritional advice has been to replace saturated animal fats with polyunsaturated vegetable oils. Entire academic careers and colossal agricultural empires have been built on this single premise, but the science has quietly collapsed beneath them. To understand why they are panicking, we have to look at a massive scientific cover-up. A researcher named Dr. Christopher Ramsden went deep into the archives to unearth the raw, unpublished data from the landmark dietary trials of the 1960s and 70s. What he found was shocking. The original researchers hid data in their filing cabinets because it completely contradicted their hypothesis. Flooding the human body with polyunsaturated seed oils did lower blood cholesterol, but the hidden data revealed a fatal catch. The vegetable oil diets actively increased the rate of heart disease and death. The establishment saw the results, realized it destroyed their theory, and locked the files away. The mechanism they hid from the public is called lipid peroxidation. Industrial seed oils are hyperconcentrated sources of omega-6 linoleic acid. When you consume these oils in massive, modern doses, and especially when they are heated in frying pans, these highly unstable lipids instantly oxidize. They degrade into toxic aldehydes like 4-HNE. Think of 4-HNE as a microscopic metabolic wrecking ball that drives mitochondrial dysfunction and systemic inflammation throughout your entire body. Trying to fix this by taking a fish oil capsule is like throwing a single glass of water on a raging house fire. The enzymatic machinery in your liver is already completely overwhelmed by industrial sludge. If the biochemistry is so damning, why are accredited professionals still defending canola and soybean oil on the evening news? It comes down to three deeply ingrained forces: institutional cowardice, academic echo chambers, and cold financial economics. If major health bodies admit that 50 years of dietary advice was a catastrophic error that actually fueled the modern chronic disease epidemic, the loss of public trust would be total. It is infinitely safer for them to double down on a disaster than to admit liability. At the same time, university dietetics programs are rigid echo chambers. Students are taught from day one that lowering LDL cholesterol is the only thing that matters. They are never taught to interrogate the devastating mechanisms of 4-HNE or to question the glaring historical omissions of the original studies. Finally, we cannot ignore the sheer money involved. Canola is one of the most lucrative cash crops in the country, violently extracted with chemical solvents like hexane. The whole ultra-processed food supply chain relies entirely on these cheap, subsidized calories. To demonize seed oils is to threaten the profit margins of the biggest food manufacturers on the planet. So how do you protect yourself from a food supply that is actively trying to poison your cells? It requires ruthless label reading. You must purge your pantry of anything containing canola, sunflower, safflower, soybean, or cottonseed oil. But throwing out the clear plastic bottle in your cupboard is only step one. These industrial lubricants are hiding in plain sight. They are baked into your healthy whole grain breads, they are emulsified into your oat milks, and they are the primary ingredient in almost every jar of mayonnaise or salad dressing on the supermarket shelf. You cannot out-exercise a diet built on oxidized seed oils. The solution is to return to the highly stable traditional fats that fueled human beings for millennia before the invention of chemical solvents. Cook with butter, ghee, beef tallow, and virgin coconut oil. Use cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil. Real food does not require a factory extraction process. The current media push is not a reflection of cutting-edge science. It is the sound of an outdated paradigm, frantically trying to secure its place in the national guidelines before the public fully wakes up. When you advocate for eating real food, you quickly realize that the system is simply not designed to support unadulterated ingredients. It is designed to sustain itself at the expense of your metabolic health. If you want to understand how broken systems exploit your biology and how to protect yourself, subscribe to the Metabolic Ledger, and I'll see you in the next investigation.